Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for joining today. If you are new here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and support the movement. I have some pain around my neck. Oh la la. Alright, today's video we are going to talk about proof of funds to study in Canada. Now let's talk one more time about proof of funds. It looks like a lot of people have not seen the video. Guys, first, before I talked about proof of funds, let me elaborate here. Make sure the program you are selecting to study in Canada is a program that you would be able to back yourself up during the visa application. What do I mean by this? Remember, when you are applying for a community college, especially programs at the community college level, somebody was asking me that, Milton, somebody told me that the visa rate for programs at community colleges are not high. Look, visas don't depend on the school you applied for. Of course, visa depends on schools because you need to apply to a school with a DLI number. But again, for you to get the visa, you need to convince the visa officer. All right. It's not like because you have a master's degree, you cannot apply to a community college. This is not how it works. I know people studying with masters, or it all depends. Even the visa officers, they know that you can change your career. Things can change. All right. You can decide to go in for something that you didn't do during your bachelor's degree days. All right. Excellent. This is how you put things together. Applying for a college. All right. You should be able to back yourself up. Like I have always said, what you studied 5 years ago doesn't matter. But what you are doing at the moment is what matters most. And that is what you should be using to defend your visa. All right. And always put into consideration that proof of home ties are very important. I will talk about very soon. This video is about proof of funds. Now, proof of funds is a document to show that you have money to take care of your accommodation, to take care of your feeding, to take care of your tuition while studying in Canada, right? Yes. So for you to document this, you need to know the program you applied to. Nigerians, remember I said your proof of funds is not going to be the same because your rate, there is something, I don't know how you guys put it, but the rate in Nigeria is different now. So your proof of funds should be in fact, should be a little higher. All right, you are going to be, before many people were using 330 to calculate that, but you are going to be using 360. Or let's say 360 and above, not 360, 360 and above, please, I beg your pardon. Now, let's go back to the proof of funds. The course you apply for in Canada determines how much your proof of funds is. Please also be careful not to get a proof of funds from these Joro people. I hope you understand what I mean by Joro people. People that you will just do like this and give you a paper to go. No, be careful. Because if you do that, the embassy may ban you. All right. You have to be careful. Now, remember your proof of funds depends on the course you apply to. Broke community, I always say that if you are broke, do not go choosing a 2 years diploma program. The worst of it is to take a program that is at least 16,000 Canadian dollars a year. All right. Because if you choose such a program and the program is 2 years program, it means that your proof of funds is going to be $16,000 plus living cost money, which is $10,000, non-debatable. All right. Before miscellaneous. Then after that, you now show that you have money in your account to study the program. Will you be able to raise 32,000 plus 10,000? That's 42,000 plus maybe 4,000, 5,000 extra as miscellaneous. That's let's say 47,000. Will you be able to have that money in an account? Even if you go to somebody to do this for you, it will be very expensive because you have to pay individuals as well, right? Excellent. So what you need to do is to, if you are broke, if you do not have a lot of money, if you don't have people, go to colleges that are 1 year degree programs or 1 year diploma programs. Yes, you can study a certificate program for 1 year in as much as they are going to give you a PGWP and the rest. All right. So don't overemphasize, don't put yourself on pressure by trying to apply to colleges that are very expensive. No. Look for a college that is normal. Now let's go to the proof of funds proper. Remember, I have always said that if you apply for a 1 year diploma program and the program is a certificate program, but at least it should be able to give you a PGWP, then you should check the tuition fee. If the program tuition is $14,000 a year, the program is just 1 year, right? Excellent. Your proof of funds now need to be 14,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year, right? Your living cost money for 1 year, right? Which is 10,000 Canadian dollars, plus miscellaneous. Let's just put miscellaneous at $5,000. This is all you need for your proof of funds for you as a single individual. Let's take another case. If your proof of funds, or let's say if your tuition fee is $8,000 for 1 semester, the second semester, let's say that's the first semester, the second semester, $7,500. Now, remember, for the 1 year program, first and second semester, you are already paying how much? $13,500, or let's just say $14,000 for 1 year. The next year, let's say your next year is 8,000, first and second semester, right? That's 16,000. That's 16,000 plus 14,000. Let's just say 14,000. That's how much? 30,000, right? That is just your tuition fee for 2 years program. Now, 2 years program tuition is 30,000. You still need to show proof of funds, living cost money. Let's assume that your living cost is how much? $10,000. That's now $40,000. Before miscellaneous, $5,000. That's $45,000. Remember, all this money needs to be in your bank account. You are not giving it to anybody. Those of you who carry money and give to people huge sum of money, please, it is so dangerous. You can see that for a 2 years program, your proof of funds is almost close to 45,000 Canadian dollars. Where will you get such money from? As a broke individual, as a person from the broke community, where? So you see why I always say that it's better to calm down, apply for 1 year programs. If you don't find them and look at the dates when they will be open and the semesters, go for them. Don't go and apply for a 2 years program. At the end of the day, you are not able to show proof of funds. Yes. If you apply for a 2 years program, at the end of the day, you may not be able to show proof of funds, and that is a very big problem. Right? Now, this is proof of funds for you as an individual, single individual, right? Yes. Let's take for the case, remember, I'm not talking about the documents accompanying the proof of funds. If you are looking at documents that will follow, because this is just the bank statement, there are documents that you need to attach to them. If you are the one sponsoring yourself, you need to have a business and you need to attach the business documents and other relevant documents. If you are going to be going through other possibilities or other people, you need to attach relevant documents. I have videos on this channel explaining all those details to you. Now, when you finish with the documents, the proof of funds, you now need to add these documents, right? When you add the documents, remember that's for you alone. Immediately you are moving with a family member, the money has to change. Now, let me talk about the money you need per family member. According to the Canadian government, as the number of family members increase, their proof of funds increase, and individual monies decreases. What do I mean here? If you are going to be applying for, let me say, for one person, or let's say you are moving with a dependent, one individual, the dependent, you need to show that you have 500 times 12 for this dependent to follow you to Canada. Yes, this is how it works. That's 500 times 12 should be 6,000 euros. This is 6,000 euros is for the dependent to take care of himself. Now, you now take that money and add it to your own. It has to be in your own bank account, all right? In case you are the one sponsoring yourself. So this is how the process works. Let's assume that you are moving with 2 people. The first person is 6,000. The second person now needs to be 4,400 times 12, not 4,000. Then you get the total, you add it to the amount. Then the third person is 200 times 12. You get the total, you add it. I know you will be asking, what if we are 6 or 7? You still need to add more money into the account. It's very, very important. All right. Very, very important. So you need to check all of this and make sure you produce the right documents so that you give to the various officers. It's very, very important for you to know this. All right. In other places, I will also talk about some things that you need to consider before you do this. I will be posting other content like that. All right. Looking at the age, a lot of people think that if they are 40, 41, 42, 45, 46, 48, they cannot get a study visa. As a matter of fact, this was something I posted on my Facebook page, and a lot of people were debating, and I told them, guys, look, what you guys are saying is not correct. All right. Now, of course, when you are increasing in age, when your age is multiplying, that is how your chances of getting a study visa declines. But now you need to convince the visa officer beyond reasonable doubts that you need this visa, you want to study, and what are the things that you need to be explaining. First, do you work? If you work, excellent, what are you doing? If what you are doing has some similarities with the program you are applying to, let's assume that maybe you are a financial accountant, then you take maybe a particular course called financial accounting. This is just an assumption though. I'm not an art student, I don't know all these things. Now, the visa officer will see that you are doing a course that is related to your job description. Remember, you need to prove that you are working at this job site. You are taking a study program that is related to your job description. Let's assume that you had just a bachelor's degree and you didn't study that particular course in school. Now, right, you are now telling the visa officer in your statement of purpose why you want to study that course. Is it that you want to study it to gain maybe promotion, or is it that you want to study it because you want to get more information, so when you return back you would be teaching, or you will continue working as a financial accountant or whatsoever, right? So the more your age, the lesser your chances of getting the visa, but the higher your chances in case you explain properly on your statement of purpose, right? Yes. Don't go and you're applying for a visa, you didn't tell the visa officer why at this particular age you want to study this particular program you choose. It must be related to your field of study. And again, they will look at the longevity of the job you have been doing, right? And when you tell them that you want to study this particular course, they will look at your transcript. Is this course on your transcript? So if it is not on your transcript, you are good to go. This is why I always insist that go to the course website or the course description and read some of the available fields and of course the programs available for you to study, or some of the things when you finish the program, what you are going to become in future. Then you quote to them that you want to study this program because you want to return back home with a higher position and secure a higher position, and of course gain more promotion. This way you can get a visa with ease without any issue. So you need to put these things I'm talking about into practice. Look at them. All right, I'm still going to talk about those that will be selling properties in order to migrate abroad. All right, please stay tuned until we meet again in another one. Peace.